Chief Petty Officer doing all the final checks. He will be getting these matelots ready over the last few days down the airport. And this is a chance really for the tri-service Guard of Honour to give the very best, and you'll see a lot of manoeuvring. In fact, what they're trying to do, and the Company Sergeant Major there is doing, is making sure that they're literally on these chalk marks that have been laid out by the Garrison Sergeant Major, Warrant Officer First Class, Burns Stokes, who has laid out this whole parade today, both out and back for the King. In fact, I went to the briefing and he gave such detail as you could not believe. But already the King's crowns are all in position, and they'll soon be given the eyes front, which means that everyone is precisely in position. We'll hear more yet, more yet. Stand still, the front rank. Band takes its position behind, ready to play the national anthem when the King leaves. The pressure on everyone to get this right, as I've just seen the cocked hat and bearskin caps of the Major General commanding the Household Division, who is responsible for all this parade. He will be making sure that everything is ready for the King's procession. There is the Major General commanding the Household Division, Major General Chris Geeker. He is in command of this parade. He served in the Irish Guards. He's supported there by Jeremy Bagshaw and by Lieutenant Colonel James Shaw, who is the brigade major. They have literally framed this parade and given this. We're going to see the eyes front shortly. It's all the care and attention, and right down to the detail. When you think that they were all at Odium, from the centre of Hampshire, doing some training, and they turned 2 runways into the Mall and Whitehall, and they marked out Buckingham Palace and Westminster Abbey using traffic cones. You can see on his epaulette there, the King's cipher. There's Major General commanding the Household Division. He is one of the ADCs to His Majesty. Still waiting for the eyes front. Once in position, you'll see that moving. Drill Sergeant will give the eyes front, and then the Guard of Honour won't move again until the King comes out.
Stand still! Front rank! Left half! Division!
He's now lining up the rear rank. I think this is going to take quite a bit of time. But this is the very best that can be provided for the King from the armed forces. And what a setting, with the Mall stretching out to
Right half! Division!
Admiralty Arch in the distance. The drill sergeant is in the Coldstream Guards. And you see the scarlet plume in the right hand as the officer commanding comes forward. Major Andrew Dickinson. Major Andrew Dickinson will give all the words of command for the Tri-Service Guard of Honour. You look at all the eyes of these soldiers, sailors and aviators, and there is no set of eyes more critical than the Major General commanding the Household Division. And here we will now get the eyes front.
And Alistair, we know that the Guard of Honour will give a royal salute when the front wheel of the Diamond Jubilee State coach passes the centre arch of Buckingham Palace. We'll see that coach shortly. Less than half an hour until they're due to depart Buckingham Palace. You know, what will the King be doing now? What's happening to the clothes they're wearing, the robes they're due to be wearing now?
The King will be enrobing now in the scarlet robe of state, and the Queen Consort will be putting on her robes too. And it's really quite a business getting both of them into the Diamond Jubilee State coach, because there is just so much of the material that's required to be put into the coach as well, because you'll see it all unfold when the King and Queen Consort arrive at Westminster Abbey. We're seeing the mounted band of Household Cavalry Regiment coming forward to take position, because they will lead the King's procession to the Abbey. They're under the command of Major Paul Collis-Smith, on the Blues and Royals with his blue tunic. And they will lead the first two divisions of the Sovereign's Escort, who will come into view behind them up Constitution Hill. The rain is coming down, but we are seeing the State Royal Standard open up there, and all 36 feet of bunting of the Royal Standard. I love the sound of the hooves. There's a sort of mix of that noise, and also you can see the cuirasses, the glint, if there was more sunshine, of the Household Cavalry's cuirasses, which are those bits of armour on their front and rear. And the two drum horses, Apollo and Atlas, those massive silver drums, which will give the most marvellous booming sound to lead this procession of the King and Queen to the Abbey. Just is enjoying himself there. Apollo behaving quite bad. So the front two divisions of the Sovereign's Escort, that's the first one there and the second behind, will then stop, and the third and fourth division will wait in Constitution Hill, and the carriage carrying the King and Queen Consort will be placed between them all. You see the scarlet tunics of the Blues and the lifeguards just stopping there to give space for the King's carriage to go in between. Watching a plan come into place for the Major General Command Household Division. Very gratifying. The first division just turning into the Mall there. A great deal of anticipation, but as you were saying, inside the palace, the King putting on his robes. First time he will have worn them to go out for this coronation ceremony. And the work that's gone into all those troopers' time in getting these state coats ready. Gold state coats with the C3R cipher of the new King. Saluting the standard there, there's the commanding officer on the right there of the House of Cavalry. Mounted regiment, he's carrying a silver stick. Planned so carefully on the airfield at Royal Air Force Odeon over the last few weeks. From the Royal Mews will come the Diamond Jubilee state coach, which is probably already for the arrival into it of King and Queen Consort. They'll be going from their rooms on the right-hand side of the palace all the way down to the state entrance, which is at the far side of the quadrangle in the centre of Buckingham Palace. So the streets are lined. The King's procession is ready for His Majesty. And in the Abbey, everything is prepared as the Officer Commanding of the Tri-Service Guard of Honour is ready to give his commands.
A very good morning, everybody. It is 10 o'clock on a historic day for Britain. In less than an hour's time, King Charles will walk into Westminster Abbey behind me to be crowned king. For the first time in 70 years, we'll witness a monarch being crowned, someone who's been waiting almost all of his life, 7 decades. King Charles will be anointed in a special service conducted here at the Abbey by...
I've been a stunt performer and coordinator